In this month, in April, I've been really fortunate to have a handful of extremely long conversations. Like these have been 5 hours or longer, and they've been really good. And so I want to talk about, to me, what makes them good. And I also want to bring in a framework around conversations that's from this organization called The Art of Accomplishment. The Art of Accomplishment. So I'll do all that while I fiddle with these, 3, 4, these interlocking, come on, metal puzzle pieces. Okay. And real ones know I'm probably not going to be able to take them apart. But we fiddle nonetheless. Yeah. It's been really lovely. Yeah, just really go in deep and thorough and the spaciousness in a long conversation. I had one just yesterday, which is why this is top of mind this morning. Yeah, there's something around the spaciousness in these conversations allows for a lot of ease where there might be a purpose or intention. Could be connection or get to know each other better. Or yesterday, for example, a friend is auditing all of my social media platforms and how I use them, as well as my websites, to be better at marketing my offerings and to have more clear offerings and things around marketing for myself digitally. And yeah, there was so much ability to go into the practical things around what I do and why I do and how I can do what I do better. But as well as emotional things, digging into roots, limiting beliefs, or reasons why some behaviors I do don't necessarily online don't serve my desires and goals for being a creative person of the internet who also wants to provide value in exchange for value received. And it was just really lovely. Yeah, so there's a framework known as VIEW. This is an acronym that stands for vulnerability, impartiality, empathy, and wonder. And I believe that these conversations are in part so enjoyable because they hit on the components of this framework. I will start with wonder, which can also be called curiosity. Yeah, it feels great both ways. Historically, I've been more of a question asker, wanting to know a lot about the other person. And in part, it's just I love knowing about people, but also in part because I've had a fear or contraction around being seen, which obviously I'm starting to really intentionally address, as you can see, in different ways. Yeah, it feels good to ask questions and to receive questions. I've been really feeling into receiving questions more lately. Just being more open about sharing about myself. In one of these ultra long conversations, a friend remarked they wish I would be asking them more questions, which is great because I've evolved from my default to ask so many questions. Now maybe I'm not asking enough, but it still feels good to hear that because I don't, I no longer automatically have to ask questions to avoid talking about myself. I'm so open to talking about myself now, receiving questions, and I also feel comfortable with just being present, not needing either of us to have to be answering the other person's questions. So yeah, wonder is a wonderful part of these spacious conversations, just receiving curiosity, expressing curiosity, and giving the honest answers without like attachment to how they're received. Yeah, it feels really good to like not have to like navigate around the truth, which I've done before in conversations and can still do to some extent depending on contextual stuff. But just to like be open and truthful and give someone the gift of answering their curiosity and vice versa. It's great. Yeah. So similarly, vulnerability is a wonderful part of these conversations, especially on my side. I've been like going, really deep, really vulnerable about some like the most, how to say this, about some stuff in my life that like doesn't feel like safe to share with like everyone, but it does feel safe to share with these like cherished like friends and connections, and so I do. And it feels really good every time. And I know in parts it's also because I don't feel like super attached to like whether they take it well or not. It's like, hypothetically, if I told them this vulnerable stuff and they like got mad at me or like wanted to leave, I'd be okay. Like fundamentally I feel okay with myself, and like I'd be a little sad that like my friend, you know, is so taken aback by me just being vulnerable and telling the truth with them that they want to whether not be in connection with me or leave the conversation. But I'd be fine with it. Yeah. And similarly, like the reciprocal, like holding space for like other people's vulnerability, for them to share some of their kind of sensitive truths. Like this happened in the conversation yesterday where we got into some stuff with my friend and some stuff in her life and around some like related like wounding from her past, and yeah, it felt good to like just be with her and be with the truth of what she was saying, and yeah, just gladly receive it and not need anything to be any different about what she was saying. Yeah, so similarly again, empathy is a wonderful component of these conversations. Like yeah, knowing like I think these conversations, like my friends can tell I'm like sharing like really vulnerable stuff, and I get like excited sometimes or nervous, like be the same energy and like talk fast, and they still just like receive it so openly, and yeah, I can like feel that they're like present with my like little contraction around being so vulnerable and truthful, and like maybe answering the questions or practically sharing what's going on in my life. And that empathy just like I gotta come with more adjectives, it just feels wonderful. Yeah, just like to know that they care enough to like be present with me and like sit with me as I maybe like fumble around some words or get so excited I'm talking super fast, or like expose like more and more and more of like the truth of my life, and they're like there for all of it. And this isn't like super sad stuff, it's just stuff I'm like glad to be able to express honestly with these people. Yeah, like the empathy is there, I can feel it, and I give it back when I hear vulnerable things from, you know, the other side. Yeah, there's just like a feeling of like a root of like I care about you both ways, and so the empathy is emergent from that, like human to human, just caring about each other. Yeah. Impartiality is actually the part of this view framework I understand the least. I know, I guess what that word means, to like not be partial, which is to say, I suppose that you're neither like hoping for something super positive or hoping for something super negative. I don't know. Impartial. Yeah, I think it's where you just like receive the truth of what someone's sharing without like an attachment to it. Maybe. I like that's all I said. Like, I do feel like pretty partial. Like I want my friends to like me or like what's going on in my life or approve, and vice versa. Like that feels partial. I'm clearly not the authority to talk about impartiality here, but I guess I did want to like give space for it in this vlog to mention it is part of the view framework. Yeah, there might be like neutrality feels more authentic to how I experience conversations, where it's like, I'm glad to know the truth, whether it's like good or bad or both. I'm glad to like tell the truth, and whether or not that matches up with like how these people might want me to live my life, or whether they approve or not explicitly, as long as they can just like receive it without needing it to be different. I don't know. I'm clearly just rambling about something I don't know about at this point. So yeah, I'm done. I'm not quite done. I want to like say again that, yeah, these super long conversations feel like newer. Like having 3 at least this month in April like feels fantastic. I just wonder about how I could continue to organize my like social life such that it's like I can keep having more of these like 5+ hour conversations, because woo, they're amazing. Yeah. Okay, now I'm done. This has been day 27 of vlogging every day in April. Thank you for watching and for listening, and I will see you tomorrow.